the ritual, because some years ago at Gaston, where's Gaston? At Gaston's 50th birthday party, we were all sitting around. It was a happy time. It was very relaxed. It was like very Gaston-y, right? And there was a moment where like it seemed like the party was about to break up. And Jon said, "Wait!" He said, "I have note cards!" And he reached into his pocket and he brought out a series of note cards and then commenced to give a series of commentaries, mostly about Gaston's inadequacies. And so I thought in honor of that, I have written a series of notes. It's not on a note card because I don't have note cards. And I wrote it like a week and a half ago, and I don't remember what's actually on it, so it's going to be a little bit difficult to say this. But just let me look at this. I want to read what's on this list, if I may. I want to start by saying, as some of you know, 2 years ago, almost exactly 2 years ago, what's the day today?
27th.
Literally, on the 27th of July, 2017, I left Vancouver, never to return. Well, obviously I've returned. But in many ways, I mean, you know, in many ways, it's been a difficult experience for me. There's the whole dealing with Donald Trump and the American immigration system and you know, I don't know, capitalism. But the worst part about that is that it's really been hard for me living in Albany to find people to really sort of say, look there, when people are criticizing me for how bad I am. For instance, when I lived in Vancouver, if somebody said, "Alec, what are you eating?" I'd just say, "Look over there. Look at what Jon's eating." And they'd say, "Alec, your papers aren't in order. You haven't paid your taxes." I'd be like, "Oh, look over there. Look at Jon." And they'd be like, "Oh, okay, you're right. You're doing pretty good." And then they'd say, "Alec, have you considered a more rigorous physical fitness routine?" I'd be like, "Can I introduce you to my friend Jon?" They're like, "Okay, you're doing okay." And then they'd say, like, "Alec, why do you have to be so difficult?" And sometimes they'd say, "Alec, why must you disagree with everyone all the time?" And I'd be like, and then they'd say, "Alec, can we talk about your sartorial choices?" And I'd be like, "I can't do that anymore. I can't do that anymore." So my failings have become much more obvious. I mean, on the other hand, it is true that Jon has gone to the age of 50. You really clearly have the physical constitution of somebody like Donald Trump.
Oh no.
Your ability to stay healthy. Your doctor says you're healthier than anybody else. You're really the best. You're huge. Your physical fitness is huge. And you're lucky. I mean, are you ever lucky, right? Like, you have, they used to say you have the luck of a royal, but then there was Diana, and so, like, you're more lucky. You're more lucky than
Too soon!
But you have managed to live a life of leisure, engaging in completely inappropriate things, suffering no consequences as a result of that. You are the only person I know, and this is true. I want to read this because this is actually factually true. I'm a historian by trade, and I deal in toxicity. You're the only person I know who has actively tried to lose your job and get deported and failed at both. So, I don't, like, I mean, I really don't know what to say, right? I really don't know. I mean, I live my life in fear of all of these things, and you just sort of ride through those stop signs. As Jon would say, he's a human person. He's kind to small woodland creatures. And yes, he has a full head of hair. On the other hand, and I also want to say this, because I know it's time for me to finish. I also want to say earnestly, all the other things were earnest, don't get me wrong, but earnest in a different kind of way. You could not have a better friend than Jon. Though he never gives up on an opportunity to crush his friends. I'm particularly good at making deadlines. I've never had a friend in my life, and I am also very old, older than you even, who is up for anything, who knows how important it is to be there for his friends, and who knows what it is to be an incredibly generous, it's slightly boundaryless, great, and totally indiscreet, but friend. I mean, friendship. I mean, in my life, I can think of a few people who have. I can think of no one who's ever been the kind of friend. Thank God that Jon has been. I miss him. I miss him all the time. I miss him on a daily basis. It's been 2 years. I think about him. I'm reminded of him. But there are two ways, and this is more earnest than the other things, which is again more earnest. I walk around my house in Albany, and you know, I miss him, and I feel his absence, but I also feel his presence. I feel his presence because occasionally I look and I see his book, not plural. We actually have 2 copies of your book. It's like when I look at that book, I remember all the arguments and conversations, the times I told you that that's a terrible title, the times I told you this and that, and you ignored every single thing I said. But all those many hours and days and weeks and months of talking about your book. But and here's the thing, that I don't just see it when I look at your book. I see it when I look at my book. Because the arguments that we had about your book and about various ideas and about various things that you were interested in, it much like Ebola, it was an infection, and I started to change the way that I thought about the things that I wrote. And you know very directly the way in which Alec's big book has you throughout it, in terms of the things that I chose, in terms of the things that I put in that book. You also know the way in which the very title of my most recent book was actually like sort of a reference to conversations we had over the years. And I only say that as a way of saying, like, I see your presence in my life in the kind of obscene text that you send, when you're angry at somebody, or angry at this, or angry at that. But I see the traces of your presence in my life in everything that I do as a person, as an intellectual. And so I miss you on a daily basis, but I remain grateful about the way that you remain present in my life, in spite of the fact that I have retreated to the fascist states. So thank you. I'm so glad to have been here on your 50th birthday, and thank you for all that you are in my life. And I don't know if so, but thank you. So here's to you.